It's a fiddly thing. It's a fiddly thing.
You didn't comment on my space buns. Do you like them?
They're cool.
Thank you.
I like space buns.
I like.
They remind me of space.
I knew you were gonna say something fucking stupid like that.
Donuts in space.
Hi, I'm
That
Ash,
wasn't really a bun. And I'm Tate.
and this is Not As Fucked. Hi, how are you?
How am I? Yeah, I'm doing alright, actually, thank you. That was a bit of a fucked up accent. I'm doing alright, thank you. Cheers. Hello to everybody in America that listens to us. Hello and welcome. Welcome to today's ASMR stream where we listen to Ash drinking a juice box.
I was gonna cut it out, but now I can't, I guess.
No. I'm just going to sip on some water as well.
Oh, no, I hated that. Stop. Nice Stein.
It's cool, right? Yeah, my sister bought it for me. It's from Critical Role. It's like engraved.
I've actually,
It says,
the D&D
"How do
nerd
you
that
wanna
I
do this?"
am, I actually have never watched Critical Role.
It's good. I recommend it.
The first time, like, I've watched other D&D campaigns been played, but I think I'm quite used to sort of a wide shot or like a wide angle of the table, whereas the first time I tried to watch Critical Role, they all had their individual face cams and it was all like set and there was like a template and stuff, and it was really jarring for me to watch. I don't know why, but I should probably give it another go. There's a lot, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it though. They're awesome. Although the thing that's wrong with it now is like because they're nerdy ass voice actors. Any time that I hear any of their voices in any TV shows or games or anything like that, I'm like, damn, that's this person. Damn, that's this person. And most recently was the husband and wife, Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey. They recently gave voices to Thor and Black Widow in the Marvel Avengers game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I was like,
Snick it.
And I swear I heard Taliesin Jaffe as well. That was just a voiceover. I swear it was him, but I don't know. Anyway, that was that. How are you going?
I was going to interrupt you and be like, I'm good, I have a juice box.
Yeah, good. Juice box.
Yeah, I'm good. I have a juice box. I'm cold.
That's good.
I want to turn the heater on.
Hi, cold. I'm Tate. I hate myself.
You should.
Yeah.
I'd like to turn the heater on, but my lights are fucking... They're having a time. I don't know. I tried to change the color before, and then when I pressed change the color, this happened. And then I changed the color on because there's 3 separate ones up there, and then I changed the color on the other one, and just nothing happened. So I don't know what's going on over there. It also looks like they're starting to come down, so we'll have to sort that out later. But flashing warning. Sorry, can't fix it.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening? Not a lot.
No.
You've got your juice box.
I got my juice box.
You're feeling happy.
Yeah, I feel better than I did last episode.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I got
good.
my wings back on. I didn't have any eyeliner on last week.
Wings.
I've only got 1 point on each eye this time though. Well, I have so my eyeliner that I use, nobody cares about this. My eyeliner that I use is is like a mechanical pencil. So I can't do lots of little flicks because it's too wide. Because I can't use liquid eyeliner because I'm a child and it gets everywhere.
Good.
So anyway, this week's topic is self-care. And what self-care looks like to us is for us habits and uh things.
Self-care in what?
Huh, bless you. In
Uh,
Hearthstone. Self-care in
self
Hearthstone. Is that where you were going?
I don't know what I was. I think I was just trying to repeat it, and it just my brain to mouth function didn't work.
Just stroked out.
Ugh. What is this? Golf?
Oh,
It's just terrible. I'm not even proud of that one. That was. I'm not. I'm not proud of that one.
the one that you're not proud of is the only one I find funny. It's because I didn't get it.
Wasn't good. Wasn't good. Wasn't good. I'm sorry.
Anyway, self-care.
Yeah. Self-care.
I'm interested. Hello, I'm yelling with arms and things. I'm interested to know what self-care looks like for a boy. Just to be hetero gender normative for a minute, because I don't know of any boys or guys.
You don't know of any boys.
I don't know
oh, wow.
any of them. That have like a self-care, not even necessarily routine, but habits or anything like that. Like Tanna doesn't really. My my experience of men really is my husband, and that's about it. And I recently bought him moisturizer.
Okay.
And
What for?
for his face. And
I just meant like why in general did you buy it
because
for
he
him?
keeps using mine.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Right.
like he brushes his teeth and he has a shower, and boys use all in one 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, which is terrifying. And I don't know. Tell me, educate me on self-care for gentlemen that you do things. I'm sorry.
Well, I happen to own two separate soaps, one for my hair and one for my body.
You have a soap for your hair? Hair soap.
Yeah, well, shampoo. that's what shampoo is. Although I mean,
they have
technically,
okay, so they have hair soap bars. So I was just checking you didn't have one of them from Lush.
hair soap bar.
You can get like a bar of it's like a shampoo bar from like Lush or something, and it's a bar, and anyway, that's what I thought you meant, but obviously you didn't, so that's fine.
And you get it and just
Yep.
Okay,
You put it on a loofah
interesting.
and then you rub the loofah on your head. No, don't do that. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, I have a different different soaps, not to brag or anything. But
I mean, self-care isn't about like actual physical care
no.
either. It's
No.
sorry.
That was just where we were going with that. But I mean,
Not okay.
yeah, I mean, when it comes to self-care, I mean, it's definitely different for different situations. Like, if I'm feeling like stressed or anything and I just want to chill out, I'll just sit down, lounge around, play games, watch TV, something like that. Like going back to, I guess, the procrastination side of things, where I just like go on my phone or any of that sort of stuff. I know that if I'm like feeling anxious, I like to go for a walk or go for a run, or something like that. Something a bit more energetic, I guess, just because generally if I'm feeling anxious, my heart is racing. I'm feeling very on edge. I feel as though I need to sort of expel that energy, because otherwise it just sort of lingers with me for a while. And that's why it's particularly hard at work or something. If I start to feel anxious, then I try to actively do jobs around the office that I can do, and sort of attempt to have a walk around or something like that. Whether that be upstairs or downstairs, it's usually good, walking upstairs, because you're sort of doing a bit more energy, releasing a bit more energy, or things like that.
Does your work have
I know that Well, yes, technically, I've actually just the gym is down like in the basement,
Right. Okay.
so I usually go after work, but that's just to maintain physical health, I guess, and it's also good for releasing. I
Tension.
was going to say electrolytes. That's not the thing at
Adrenaline.
all.
Endorphins.
Yeah, releasing adrenaline and endorphins. That was the one that I was trying to say.
I'm good with
To
words
sort of
this time.
help. Yeah, well done. At least one of us is.
It's not gonna
Because
last
it ain't me. Yeah, because it's good to have some sort of output to be able to get rid of that energy, get rid of that anxiety by working through it. And obviously, exercising is very good for that because it helps you to release those endorphins and those adrenaline to help your body catch up. Yeah, sometimes it is, if I'm having a really shit day or something like that, I'll go and stand in the shower for like half an hour. Not good for the environment, but sometimes it's just what I need
My showers are always
calm
half an hour
down
long, even when I try and cut them down.
Yeah, yeah. But it's always good to have that sort of just time to let the water cascade over you and just like stand in that warmth and just like be present for yourself or not at all.
What shower temperature person are you?
Hot. Not
I just had a stroke.
scalding hot.
Right.
Not in my experience, past girlfriends like to have the water temperature scalding.
Where they come out looking like a tomato?
Yeah. And it's like, if you want to join someone...
That's this bitch!
I'm like, I can feel the heat. I'm not even in the shower yet, and I'm starting to get burnt.
My shower doesn't get hot enough for me.
Doesn't get hot enough for you.
Like, it gets really hot, but sometimes it could be a bit hotter if it was able to. Starts off warm because I got to get in first, and then it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter.
That's like a frog.
I am a reptile, correct?
Frog. Oh, it's like a. Well, it's not really like a frog, but it's a frog soup. If you place a frog in a pot of boiling water.
Crabs. Crabs, crayfish, same thing.
Sorry, if you put a frog in a pot of water and then slowly increase the temperature, their body will naturally change the temperature to suit the temperature of the water. And before they know it, they're boiling alive. It's a euphemism. I don't know this personally. I just want to put that out there.
You were in a show called Frog Soup, weren't you?
I was in a show called Frog Soup, which was about the similar circumstance, which is why I know that saying. So yeah, you're like a frog where you just have the water hotter and hotter and hotter until you're burning, and then you come out of the shower red as a tomato.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on what type of mood that I'm in, really, and what I'm feeling I need and or want to do. So
what I'm feeling
for the past...
and or want... Right, yep, no, I got it.
Yeah. For the past couple of years, I've been cutting my own hair. There's a reason. Tell. Fuck you.
I'm kidding. I gave you a compliment earlier about your hair. It just wasn't recorded.
It's just, yeah.
No, fuck you. I did. Fuck you, I did.
She did. Because my reasoning is this, okay? I can go to...
There's lots of hand gestures going on for anybody that's not watching the video.
I can go to a haircut place.
A barbershop? A hairdresser's?
A barbershop? A hairdresser.
Wow.
Like I said, words not the thing.
Tate don't work good.
No. I can go to a hairdresser, pay them X amount of money, and not be happy with my hair. Or I can do the same shit job for free.
I can do the same shit job for free.
So there you go.
I think your hair looks good.
Yeah, thanks. I've actually, I feel as though I'm getting pretty good at it now. Doing it for a while. The only issue is I do sometimes have issues, trouble with the back of my
I
head.
do the back of tennis.
And like for the most part, like it's not bad. Like it's not terrible. There was, I think it was a couple of months ago. I was cutting my hair, and then my phone went off, and I looked down to read the message, and was still going, and then just like grabbed a bit, and it was like like over on the side here. I don't even know if it's fully grown back yet
It's
or
not.
but like
You can
yeah,
see a bit where it's shorter than
It's
everything
just-
else.
I was just not paying
Why don't you
attention,
just
and I
get
just went,
Jez or your mum to do it?
no, because I'm an independent man who don't need no woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do. I'm so lonely. It's but
That just made me want to give you the biggest hug ever.
I do enjoy it because I can do it, and it's like once I've done it, I'm like, yeah, I did that, and it doesn't look too bad. So I feel like accomplished with myself. And the same thing with like, trimming my beard, which I'm still don't like. Not that I don't like it. For the most part of my life, I've generally been clean shaven,
Yeah.
a bit stubbly. But I had to have this for the short film that I was doing. And because of COVID, we had to suspend filming, obviously. So I've been keeping it because I don't know when we're actually going to go back to filming.
Such dedication.
Yeah, I know. But like, I wasn't quite sure about it, but it's growing on me.
When you're ready to shave it, we'll use it as a Patreon bonus episode. I hate you.
Yeah,
and
sure.
that just clicked.
It took you a bit.
Yeah.
It took you a bit. Cool. Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm happy with that one. Clearly not as funny. Clearly not as
No,
funny.
the golf one was better.
Was it though?
It was much better.
So I mean, there's so many like different things. Sometimes, like last night, I was feeling because obviously I've been eating like a bit healthier lately. Well, I've been trying to. Like something that I've really wanted to do for myself was just like cook something that I normally wouldn't do. Yeah, so I bought like all these fresh veggies and everything like that, and then I just made like this big roast veggie pile and all this sort of stuff, and it was really good, and I really enjoyed that, just spending time focusing on cooking and everything like that. So that's like, I guess, a little bit of self-care in that sort of sense, that I wanted to do that for myself. Yes, I mean, sometimes you just get those depressive states where you just need a nap, you just need to sleep.
Depression naps hit different.
Yeah, they really, really do. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you feel shit afterwards.
I can't really nap, but I do go to bed earlier.
Is that because your mind's too active? Or is that because you just never have been able to? Or
I don't know. I used to be able to.
Caffeinated drinks?
I think it could be that, or it's the fact that like I get stuff done. It might also be the pets, like the animals. Because they're awake, I'm awake. I don't really know why. I also don't really actively try and nap either, though. Like I'll veg out on the couch or something, but I don't actively like try and sleep.
Yeah. I generally take naps only if I really need it. If I'm like falling asleep and I'm like, shit, I need a nap.
I guess I don't really do enough to make myself that tired.
No, I mean, yeah, sometimes you just need like a depression nap. Like sometimes legit you just need it. Sometimes you just want to say, fuck the world right now. See ya, I'm having a nap. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's so many different things, and like, sometimes I really just like to just listen to music, just like lay down, not having a sleep or anything like that, but just like scroll through Spotify, just like finding different playlists, finding different new songs, all that sort of stuff. Finding out songs if I want to like cover them or something like that, or if there's something that I want to learn. Um, yeah, music's definitely something that has a big effect on my mood. So it's always good to find something that's either going to pump you up or cheer you up, or just a song that you can like literally one song you can put on repeat. Just listen to it over and over and over.
I don't really listen to a lot of new music, like I was saying before, because a lot of the time, I've said it before, I mainly listen to podcasts,
Yeah.
true crime podcasts. But I do that too. I will, very rarely, but sometimes I will just lie on the bed or on the couch and have a podcast going that I'm listening to. But I think we said it, not last episode, but the episode before that, I have to have multiple things going at once. I have to be multitasking or something like that. And yeah, so a lot of the time having just the podcast going isn't enough. If I'm in a like depressed enough state, I can be, but that's when I sort of scroll on social media and stuff. But since I've sort of quit that, I mean, it's only been a few days, but I found that I will be playing a game or have a TV show or something on in the background. And I'll try and be doing something else, but it's still very rare for me to just be able to have one thing going. Except for the other day, I was able to, I said before, I've been watching a lot of Terraria streams. I was able to watch nearly a solid hour of just one stream without doing anything else, which is like a feat for me.
Yeah, cool.
But I don't know if that was like just because I was really interested in it, or like it wasn't really a form of self-care for me anyway. It was just something that I was interested in. But self-care for me,
Yes.
I think, is very much about sort of fixing my environment. So a lot of the time, if I get to a stage where I feel like I haven't been taking care of myself, it sort of is reflected in the environment around me. So like there'll be heaps of washing or dishes, or there'll just be shit all over the place of things that I've been trying to do, coffee cups everywhere, just things like that. So if I am in a position where I feel like I need to take better care of myself, I will start by cleaning up my environment and sort of tidying the lounge room, and just going a little bit further of cleaning and reorganizing and putting things away and stuff to just make it feel like a bit of a fresher space. And then I'll usually go and I tend to if I'm going through a depressive state, my hair gets very neglected and I don't brush it. I just keep putting it back up in the same ponytail or a bun or something like that. So to sit down and thoroughly brush my hair and put a bit of a treatment on it, or style it in some way, that's a big thing. And I'll usually take like an hour to do that, so like really intensely sort of go through and do that. Then I'll put it up and I'll have a really nice long shower. And usually while I'm in there, same thing about the environment, as I'll reorganize or I'll clean or whatever it is in the shower too. Then I do like, because I feel like when I'm in a depressive state, I don't really, like how I said, I don't really take care of myself, as like, I'll, moisturize and do a face mask and pluck my eyebrows and stuff like that, just to feel like I have a little bit more of a grip on my existence, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll sort of reorganize my makeup or clean my makeup brushes or just things like that. Just try and get everything to a sort of clean, fresh start kind of state. So that's my environment around me, like my accessories and my appearance, stuff like that. But I don't really do too much like mindfulness wise, which I think I should be doing. So while my self-care is very physical about what I can see and how I physically feel. It's not very much about how I emotionally feel, but I think that usually when I'm cleaning, my it's kind of like a distraction. So my brain's sort of not thinking about that. It's thinking about what it's physically doing. So that kind of, I guess, gives it a little bit of a clean slate. Like it sort of stops what I was thinking about before and changes it up.
Yeah.
And then if I've got a lot of energy, it will sort of kick me into doing something that like I've sort of wanted to do, or something that's getting out of hand, like refolding all the things in my drawers or reorganizing my closet, something like that. But that's mostly what my self-care is. I've been trying to incorporate more sort of physical activity rather than just like
Episode.
what's the word that I want that's like physical, like
Physical activity.
I don't want to say like beauty routine. What the fuck? Cosmetic? I don't fucking know. Appearance wise, whatever. I'm trying to like stretch more and make sure I go for a walk and like photosynthesize in the sun. And things like that. So I'm trying to incorporate more of that in there for my self-care. And I really want to try and make like some of the like thoroughly brushing my hair, or at least just brushing it before I put it back up. I'm currently trying to make that more of a everyday habit rather than like a self-care spring clean or whatever it is. So I actually went around I went around with a whiteboard marker the other day and I wrote on all of my commonly looked at windows and mirrors little reminders.
Yeah.
So like on my, I have like a large mirror inside my closet and I've written on there like, wear something different today. Like that dress that I was wearing in last episode, I haven't worn that for like 4 months, but I'm pretty sure I've worn the same Born Dead t-shirt 6 times. Like, and this is episode 9. Yeah. So, you know, try and wear something different today, even if it's like a different accessory or your hair a little bit differently. It just makes me feel refreshed, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
And then when I wake up in the morning, I've got like a little mirror that's off to the side and it says, remember to stretch, go brush your hair, wash your face with warm water. Just like little things like that.
Wash your face with orange juice.
Don't do that.
Clean your teeth with bubble gum. Do you know that song?
No.
Fry an egg on a slippery tip.
What? What?
Belly flopping a pizza. Belly flopping a pizza. Ew. You don't know that song?
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, it's classic. Classic song. It's a song.
But where did you learn it? Why did you learn it?
Oh, like at school. Like primary school. Like, what's it called? Wash your face with orange juice. Mr. Clickety Cane.
Bless you.
Mr. Clickety Cane plays a silly game. All the kids in the streets like to do the same. And then it goes through all these different things that you can do. Wash your face with orange juice. Clean your teeth with bubble gum. Fix the fence with sticky tape.
That one
Brush your hair with a toothbrush.
do that.
Fry an egg on a slippery dip.
No.
Belly flop in a pizza. No. Belly flop in a pizza. Ew.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to change my headphones because my
That's...
my piercings in the top of my ear are fucking giving me grief right now. They hurt so much, so I had to go with something.
3.6 million views.
That's
just to let you know.
Terrifying. Is it just you? Are you the only person that's watched it?
Again and again. I haven't heard that song in so long. I don't know what like brought that into my mind. But wash your face. You said wash your face.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I've written a lot of things on my walls and stuff like that, but not my walls, on my windows, with whiteboard marker so they can come off. And I've included stuff like stretch and do a little bit of yoga and things like that, just to sort of like calm my mind and sort of reset the slate sort of thing. So that's a lot of what self-care has been for me
Mm-hmm.
within the last few months, really. Um, but self-care for me when I was younger was a lot different. I just realized I'm not talking into the microphone at all. It was
That's all right. Still
it
here.
was really different, I think, because I didn't really know what I needed. So a lot of the time self-care for me was well, it wasn't really self-care. It was sort of a bit more detrimental, but it was definitely like to do with food. Like I would eat chips and chocolate and stuff like that to just sort of make myself feel a little bit better. And I would go to like social situations and like rehearsals and things like that. And that's where I was like, oh yeah, this is making me feel better. But it wasn't actually taking care of anything. It was just like putting something else in front of it, I think.
Postponing the inevitable.
Yeah, yeah. Where this is like, I think it gives me like a sense of control now, being able to like clean the house or, wash my hair and all that kind of stuff. It
Yeah.
just sort of makes me feel like my surroundings are a bit more calm, which sort of helps calm my mind and stuff. But I found the things on the mirrors and the little reminders and stuff have been really helpful for me recently. And it's only been
Mm-hmm.
like day 3 or 4 or something of me doing it, but it's worked
Yeah.
every single day so far. So
Yeah.
that's progress.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, that's good. So like a lot of the like common things to sort of, and I guess like the most important part of self care is being in control, because often we feel powerless when we're in like a depressive state, or when a certain something happens, and something comes over us and we feel as though we have to sort of focus on that, or anything, and we feel not exactly weak, but we feel like we're not in control of our lives, ourselves, so many other things. And like a lot of people have like kind of similar to they've got writings or like positive affirmations, or things like that they read or look at, and things like that. Or another big one is meditation,
Mm.
and things
I
like
can't
that.
meditate. I feel
Um,
too much.
uh, that was going to be my
Yeah.
question, yeah,
Nah.
because I know you're a very very active person, but is there ever a time when you, well, I guess you don't really nap either, so it, that makes sense that you sort of have to be doing something, or have multiple stimulus, uh, I don't know, I guess things happening at the same time. Um, is there ever a time when you just want to do the complete opposite, where you just want to have like silence, and you just want to just like lay down or anything
Nah.
like that, or is it
No.
always just constant
It's always
movement,
like I
this
literally
constant?
can't even shower without having a podcast playing or a video, um like a stream or something playing. When I'm doing yoga, all of it, I have to have something on. Um I I think sometimes when I'm like sort of mentally or emotionally drained, um and how I was saying how I don't nap, but I do go to bed really early. Um I'll put at the at the moment I'm working through all the collections of forensic files on Netflix. I don't know if I've told anybody that. There's a fucking lot of it. Um,
Yeah.
and it's good to a point, but I can also very easily ignore it while it's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess if I'm say it's like 7 o'clock and I've decided that I want to go to bed, or 6 o'clock, fucking whatever it is, I will get into bed, turn off all the lights, have my laptop open, and have forensic files on. But that is my version of laying down in the dark in silence,
Okay.
because I could have forensic files on really loud and right in my face, but I could not tell you what the fuck was going on or what happened. Like I'm not at all paying attention to it. I just need it to be on. And sometimes I do turn it off and just go to sleep. But if I'm able to turn it off and go to sleep, I'm like instantly asleep.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I don't know. I can't, I just kind of can't sit there with nothingness on. That's why editing sometimes is really hard for me, editing the podcast, because I can't have something playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, and like I've tried I've tried to meditate, and like I've done it successfully a couple of times, but I just don't feel like I really get anything out of it. Like it doesn't, I
Mm-hmm.
really don't feel like it calms me down. If anything, it makes me like hyper aware of like the fact that I have to at that point then consciously tell my brain to move my fingers, otherwise they can't move. So I have this weird like not out of body experience, but like hyper realism of everything. Like I can just
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
everything and I freak the fuck out. So I don't do that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's generally the point though, to be more aware, and I guess the lack of sensory stimulus for you, being focused on a singular thing,
I think
it makes
I'm
you
hyper aware
very
of,
aware.
I think I'm just
Very
my
aware.
I'm hyper aware all the time of everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said before, I'm a very like um I'm a very self-aware person. Um like almost to a fault. Um so I think that's why meditation sort of emphasizes something that I'm already doing to a point where like it sort of makes me short circuit. It makes me feel worse. But yeah, so meditation's like I've done it a couple of times, but I just don't feel like I really get anything useful out of it.
Right.
If anything, it just makes me a little bit more insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's much
Mm-hmm.
more therapeutic for me to concentrate on like a menial task of like wiping down the tabletop or reorganizing the bookshelf, something like that.
Right. Right.
No idea why.
Okay. So, do you use that? Do you find that you use that as a distraction technique, or is it more something that is that you want to do that sort of inspires you to feel a bit more energetic to do it?
I think it's a little bit more like I get inspired or like it sort of brings on a little bit more energy, but it's also definitely like we said before the sort of control aspect um where I feel a little bit more in control of my environment and therefore like myself, especially recently because I spent all of my time here.
Yeah.
Um and it's very easy for me to be negatively affected by a disorganized environment, and then it just sort of
Mm-hmm.
piles on top of each other, gets worse and worse and worse and worse until somebody else does it or I'm at a point where I'm able to do it because it's just too much and it needs to sort of stop, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because definitely the environment that you're in um, can can definitely play a massive role in your mental health and how you're feeling. And like there are some times when you get into a depressive state, and I know from personal experience, where the house just gets messy because you just don't have the energy.
No.
You can't bring yourself to just clean up.
Yeah.
um Not that it's like a Pixar or anything like that, but it's just like there's things that I think I was explaining the other day.
Just like the washing doesn't
The
get
other day, the
done
other
for a little bit
episode,
too
the
long.
washing doesn't get done. Like I was saying a long time ago with the coffee cup, like you'll just leave that there instead of just like putting in the kitchen or in the bin or all that sort of stuff. Um, and then it sort of slowly builds, and then you look around and you're like, shit, there's a lot to do, and right now I don't have the energy to be able to do all of this.
Mm.
Um,
I didn't have the energy to
and
do the little version, and I definitely don't have the energy to do the big
it's,
version.
yeah, exactly. And I feel as though when it and once again, this is just for me, when it gets to a certain point, I have to. Sorry.
Bless you.
I feel as though I have to force myself to
It's
do
like
it,
an override
to just
button.
clean up a little bit. Like, yeah.
Where you're like, I've got to do
And it's not
something, otherwise it's just gonna get harder and just gonna get
exactly,
worse. Yep.
exactly. And it's not easy. You know, sometimes it's a little bit easier than others, but you know, if I'm just feeling absolutely horrible and just don't have any energy or anything like this, but I know that, and I think it's probably a good thing. I know that if I don't just kick myself in the ass and force myself to do something, nothing's going to change. That can be said for a whole bunch of things, but you know, in this specific circumstance, that if I don't get the house under wraps, if I just don't, you know, clean up those two dishes that are on the sink, vacuum the floor, do the washing,
It's
you know,
like being
whatever it is,
overwhelmed to the point of
it's
functionality. You get
yeah,
so overwhelmed that somehow your brain's, it's like survival instinct. It's like you're so overwhelmed and then that it's too much, and then to a point your brain's like, yeah, we really need to fix this, and there's like a tiny little switch that's like, okay, you can have
we gotta do it.
you can have a lot of energy and be mad about it, but you can have a lot of energy to do the thing, but only for half an hour. Go.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's, yeah, it's like a
and
survival override.
it's yeah, and it's not easy, and that's not to say that you have to do that every time, but I think it's very important to be aware of your almost like your threshold, I guess,
I have
like where
absolutely no conscious idea of how to make that survival override happen. It just happens. Like,
it just
yeah,
happens. Yeah.
there's no, I I don't really know what my, like how you just said it's important to know your threshold. I don't know what that is. There's just a point where I think it's different if you lived alone versus living with someone. Um, so like I think it can get to a point where like um I'll be having a really bad few days or something like that, and Tanner will be like, just don't worry about doing X, Y, and Z. So he takes a little bit of pressure off, but just try and do this one thing. And I think
Mm-hmm.
because he's taken the pressure off, don't worry about doing the dishes, don't worry about doing the washing, just clean the bun cages. And I'm like, okay, I can do the one thing. I can do
Yeah.
that. And then I do the bun cages, and then I'm like, I did that thing. I could, I got time. I could do
Buns of the rabbits, by the way.
buns of the rabbits. um, I got time. I could do the other thing. I mean, it's just putting the
Yeah.
washing on. It's not really. It's just one more thing. So I do that, and then I'm like, oh, well, the washing's on. I guess I could do the dishes. I'm just standing here. And then it's, like once that pressure is taken off to have to do
Mm-hmm.
everything, you're able
Yeah.
to sort of function because it's like tiny little baby, one task at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I
Yeah.
could just reorganize the dishes so that they're a bit neater and they don't look so overwhelming. And then you reorganize them and you're like, oh shit, it's not that many there. I could probably, yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
could do them now. I got time. It's just tiny little baby steps,
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
little chunks,
Little bunny
little
steps.
baby bunny hops.
Um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's especially when you sort of get into it. You know, sometimes you do, sometimes you just do one thing and you're like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. Um, but it's important to definitely, when it comes to that, you know, sometimes you really do have to force yourself to do something. Um,
Sometimes
and
you can, sometimes you
wh-
can't.
sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But it's very, very important, whether that be cleaning something up, whether that be going into work, whether that be going to, to your therapist or a psychologist, a counselor, whatever it is, someone you're talking to.
Mental
It's
health professional.
always, yes, mental health professional in general. Talking to a friend, whatever that may be. That's definitely self-care, and it's something
Definitely.
you really need to be conscious of. But that being said, with the cleaning of the house and things like that, you might be completely at the opposite end of the spectrum, where sometimes you need to let yourself not feel the pressure of having to do something and just let it go for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, So it might be that you just need to sit down
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of minutes. You need to take a break. You need to do some meditation. You need to watch a movie. You need to play a game. I don't know, whatever that may be. You need to let the dishes pile up for a day or two.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it does work on both sides of the fence there. And like I said, it's not going to be the same for everybody. So never try to compare yourself to what someone else has done and feel as though you have to match that. You really need to look after yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that to sort of jump a little bit when I sort of get into my depressive states, it's really hard for me to contact people. I and you would know, I just find it so hard to bring myself to pick up my phone to message someone. And you know, it's definitely hard for people to not get responses on simple things or complicated things. You know, if they're just asking me how my day was or something like that.
That can be one of the hardest questions when you're feeling like that, though.
It's well, yeah, but
people don't realize
even if it's not that, but absolutely, it's sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's easier at the time to just say yeah, good, or you know, whatever it may be. And I really do have trouble with keeping contact with people when I feel shit, and whether that's a day, a week, a couple of weeks. It's and that's a thing that I need to do with myself. Is I need to force myself to message people, to either keep contact, to let them know what's going on, or even sometimes, as shit as this is, to make them think that I'm okay, just because I don't want
the extra pressure of them worrying about you.
I don't want the pressure. Exactly. I don't want that. And I can't deal with that right now. At least not at the moment.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, that faux happiness, not a good thing.
Masking.
But, you know, sometimes I know that that's what I need to do. And I know that I have to force myself to do some shit. And yeah, taking it back to the environments, like, you know, when I get like that, the house does get shit. And then I have to force myself to clean it up, pick up my phone, message someone, make a call, blah, 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 all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So what do you you need to do when you get into, not a state, but, you know, if you're feeling like in a specific way from
I think I've
your BPD, do you feel as though you have any control over and I know that's it's kind of a stupid question, but at the same time it's like to be able to manage yourself, to have some semblance of control. You know, what are the stages or things that you go through?
I think I kind of explained it when I was talking about what self-care is for me. Like, that's the only way I can sort of get any sort of control is like over my environment and stuff like that. But I think the thing I struggle most with, how you were saying you struggle most with like contacting people, I struggle most with like taking physical care of myself. That's why I put so much effort into it now with like the writings on the mirrors and stuff like that. But food is a really big one. I'm still very much a comfort eater, and it's one of the only ways to sort of make myself feel better sometimes. So I sort of have to, that's when I need to sort of force myself to try and do yoga or take the dog for a walk and get some sunshine or fresh air and be outside, to sort of stop myself from where you would sort of withdraw and not text anybody. That's where I sort of need to remove myself from the kitchen so that I don't snack or and just sort of keep myself up to date with things that sort of give me a little bit more of control. So like making sure the lounge room and stuff's clean, because it just makes me feel a little bit more relieved, and then I don't feel the need to stress about it, and I can go and like play games or go and do whatever I wanted to do without the guilt of in the back of my mind, oh shit, I should really be doing. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Jesus Christ.
That's all right. It's all right.
All of a sudden needing to do A, B, C, D and have like a huge list. But I think for a lot of people that I've sort of been in contact with about BPD, lists fucking help. Because it sort of makes it a little bit. So a mental list is not helpful because it just feels like a massive big storm cloud of full of like, I mean, when I think about it, I see a big gray storm cloud in like just hanging over me, but like instead of raindrops, it's like anvils. Like that's what some shit feels like. And that's me trying to imagine the list of things that I have. Whereas if I actually write them down on paper, that goes away completely. And then there's just a little tiny baby list. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's like 4 things on there. But if I'm not like actually seeing the 4 things written down, there's a storm of anvils.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I found a lot of other people with BPD also find the same thing. Like the I don't know what it is, if it's like anxiety or whatever it is, but like the imagined or like the memory version is always so much heavier than what it actually is. So like taking it and even just writing down the list can be like one of your main tasks. And then you can take those little things over the next few days if there's lots of things to do, or like you just do the easiest one first. I think my parents always used to say, do your hardest task first and everything's easier. That does not work for me. I gotta work my way up to it. You gotta do the little ones first so that you're like, well, that was not that bad. I can do something else, you know? Because doing it the other way, I'm gonna quit. I think trying to sort of have a little bit more control over my how I regulate my emotions is like the biggest thing I struggle with. So I'm trying to transfer that from comfort food to sunshine and outside and fresh air and eating and not eating. No, see, I can't even. And just doing things that are a little bit more helpful to my life. But I think that's my biggest thing at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the question was. I hope that answered it.
Yeah, no, but that's not to say that what you're currently doing is bad for you, because clearly you need to. I
don't think it's bad for me. I just think there are better options that I would like to work towards. But the fact that I'm even doing any self-care at all is a fucking huge step up from a year ago.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the most important thing. So it doesn't matter like what it is, if it's something that's on the right track for you, then, or if it's some step at all, it's always positive.
Any tiny baby bunny hop is always a good positive. Baby bunny hop. I'm a crazy rabbit lady. So this week, let's give some homework. Write some positive things on your windows.
Positive things. I can't because I have a inspection. I think it's next week.
With a whiteboard
so I'm not going to
marker.
do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
It's gone away.
I'm not going to do that until at least after.
Write it on a sticky note.
Just in case. I'll do it at work. I'll just write things on. I've got heaps of sticky notes and stuff at work, so I'll do that.
Put a sticky note somewhere, or write on your windows, or just put something somewhere that's like, remember to smile today, or something trashy that
remember
works.
To smile. But it's the worst thing when someone's like, "Oh, you should smile." I'm like, no, fuck you! Don't tell me to smile.
Yeah, but if you're telling yourself to smile, it's different.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck do I think I am? Don't tell me to smile.
Who the fuck do I think I am? Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But give yourself some positive affirmations at some point.
Do something. Yeah. Something small. Start with something small. And if that doesn't work for you, bake a cake and write it in icing.
And send us pictures because I want to see how that turns out.
That'll be right. That would be rad. And then send us the cake. Don't do that. But still,
rose glaze in it.
do something for yourself that is going to help you.
Do something little to brighten your day.
In advance. Go, okay, you know what future me would like if I woke up and I saw this, or I looked at this. Something like that.
Yes.
Do something, help future self.
Change your fucking phone background to be
future self
something
out.
that you enjoy looking at.
Yeah. Like this.
That's cool. This is mine.
This is cool. I found
It's Milo and Biscuit.
Bun dog.
And then you open it and
alone in the world with a little bun dog.
bagel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I found this artist just on Instagram. I can't really. That's a good one. And they do like a lot of black and white.
That's cool.
It's the same person that did that. They've only just started doing color. They usually do just black and white art. It's really, really cool.
That's cool. Anyway, yes, go change your phone background to something you like.
Completely off topic.
Look at art on the internet. I don't know.
Look at art.
But thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for
Links
watching.
and information for all things podcast, VODs, contact form to send us pictures of your attempt at writing in icing are in the description or the show notes, whatever
Bonus
you want to
points.
call it.
If you do, we'll give you a shout out. Just saying.
I've been Ash.
And I have been Tate.
And this has been Not As Fucked.
Still.
Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one. Just be good
Or don't.
to yourself.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Tate? Stop telling people to live their lives.